Hello, PC gamers, and welcome back to the PC Gamer Chat Log with me, Lauren Morton, and Molly Taylor.
Hey.
And this week, you're actually just stuck with the two of us because we are going to be talking about some of the best and worst gaming merch out there. Some of our own favorite things, and also just like one heinous object that Molly found.
It's fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
The worst piece of unofficial merch I've ever seen Molly brought to this discussion. So please stick around for that. And before that, Molly, what did you do last week?
Well, honestly, not a lot of anything. If you were listening last week, you will know that both me and Lauren weren't here, were we? We were off doing our own things, enjoying a little bit of time away from writing words about video games. So I had a little bit of a decompression week. I did not touch my PC. I had a totally PC free week. Something that I did do was I busted out a couple of old consoles. So I busted out my 3DS, I busted out my PlayStation 3, was playing a bit of Tekken 6, was playing some some like fashion games on the 3DS. And also I was very much enjoying all of the Tekken 8 news that we were getting last week. So
what was new? I was so away that I didn't hear.
yeah. So we had some character trailers, a couple that we were expecting and then a couple that we weren't expecting. Evo Japan was just this week, the weekend just gone. So we had a little bit of news from that as well. That was really exciting. And some outlets managed to get a hands-on preview as well. We were not one of them, sadly. But some other outlets, like our sister site, Games Radar, they got some great hands-on coverage with the game. So that was really exciting for me to be able to have a little read and a little look at everything that was going on with that. So yeah, what about you, Lauren? What did you get up to last week?
So that makes what I have to share more relevant than I expected because
Yeah.
I was completely away. I was away from my home. I could not play my PC. There were no consoles involved. And so that was fine. But last weekend and then this weekend when I got back, I did start reading a manga that made me think of you because it's called Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games. And it's about these two girls in a boarding school where like comics and video games are banned because they are proper young ladies, but they both sneak in their big like fighting game pads, like, you know, those big classic things with the sticks and the buttons. Yeah. They both sneak them in and then become like sort of rivals and bring in some other secret fighting game players and make plans up to where I've read through volume 2 of Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games. They're about to sneak off to the National Fighting Games Tournament.
And this sounds amazing. This sounds so good.
It's very goofy. It's like I was waiting to see if it's going to turn into like a sports manga type thing where it's like we're at competitions all the time and we're very serious and we're inventing special moves, and it's a little more like slapsticky than that. Like they're both very goofballs, but the author is clearly a huge fighting game nut because they have these like passages where they'll explain the stuff that they referenced in dialogue. Like these two girls are like slinging fighting game slang at each other. And so the author in a couple sections is explaining like what animation cancels are and like what hit confirms are and all of these other things because they like used very complex terminology in their banter with each other.
This sounds amazing. This sounds so good. Like if the people who can see my face right now will just see that the entire time you were describing it, my mouth was just open in astonishment. It sounds so good.
And bigger news for you, Molly. I was looking up how many volumes of this exist so far because I'm enjoying how like funny and silly it is. Apparently it's gotten picked up for an anime series run. I don't know when, I don't know how long, but I did see mentioned it's going to be turned into an anime. So I'll keep you abreast of that news.
That's
Young
amazing.
Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games.
I have something to do in my spare time. I need to start reading this because this sounds so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, that sounds 100% up my alley. I haven't read manga for a very long time, mostly just because I'm lazy these days, and who has the time
And they're
to? I mean,
expensive
I do.
now. How did I buy those all as a child? I owned a lot of manga and like they were $10 back then or like 9.99 in the States.
Right?
And they're like 13.99 now. But I'm like,
Really?
how did I buy all that? What was I doing? I was
Honestly, like I have so much manga from like that I collected like 15 years ago. But I remember back in the day, I say back in the day, I was literally complaining about this the other day, is that they used to do 3 for 2 on manga. Like I
oh,
would walk.
really?
Yeah, like I would walk into like a little like nerdy shop or like a bookstore that had a manga section, and it would always be 3 for 2 on manga. And then I walked into one of the stores on Friday and I was like, none of this manga is 3 for 2
Hello?
anymore. It's individually priced now. Like I remember because it always used to be about 20, it was about like £21 if I remember correctly for like 3
Yeah.
volumes of manga. So I would always buy my manga 3 at a time.
Three at a time, yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that's just
No, it's
that's
okay.
besides the point. This isn't PC gaming anymore. This is just manga talk.
This is all nerd things. Whoops, accidentally.
But I
So
definitely
anyway,
need to read this. This sounds up
lots
my
of
alley.
fighting games adjacent stuff last week. Good job.
Hell yeah.
We were so connected and we had no idea.
I'm just slowly working my way through everyone. I'm trying to like just inject everyone with
Just
little.
mind share fighting games with everyone.
Yeah, that's all I want.
Nice, you got me. So this week you're actually just stuck with Molly and I. I think I said that earlier. That's okay. So now the two of us are going to get into talking about gaming merch, some really cool stuff, and also some really weird stuff.
Very,
So
very cursed. Blast, perhaps.
blurst indeed. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so Molly and I are here, just the two of us, to talk about Molly. You wanted to get into some of the best, worst, weirdest gaming merch because we all have like a weak spot for some things, and then other stuff you're just like, why? Why does that exist,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I feel like, merchandise is one of the main ways that you express your like love or like fandom for the things that you like, right? Like for
Mhm.
anime or TV shows or like comic books and games. Merch is one of those things. Like everyone has some form of merch. Like even my mum has like just tons of merchandise for her favorite TV shows. And I feel like it's a very universal thing, but not all merchandise is made the same, right?
Yes, very much. Actually, I've been seeing on TikTok lately the sound where people are talking about like being in my 30s is just being 13 again and like getting into all the things I was into when I was 13, but like not being judged for it. And pretty much everybody in that sound is like showing off their gaming merch collections. It's just them being like, look at all my figurines. I'm like, yes, go you.
Yeah, I love that. That's so good. I'm here for it. Anything like who cares if everyone else thinks that it's tacky, except for us right now because we're gonna be
We are going to judge some
hardcore judge.
stuff, right?
Yeah,
And it's, look, it's okay if you like the tacky stuff, right? Live your
yeah,
best life. But
exactly. If you like it, then you're not hurting anybody. But I will sit here and silently judge you for your poor taste.
okay, so having said that, what do you think is just like the worst gaming tat
Yes,
categorically? Like not even just one thing, but like what type of thing is just the worst?
I think I don't really like pins and badges. That is one thing that I don't like. I think pins and
Oh.
badges can be kind of like depending. I did have a friend that had a bag that was covered in like pins from anime and games, and that looked awesome. That looked so cool. But if I ever put a pin on anything, it falls off, and I don't want to do that. So I just end up with like a pile of pins in a drawer that never see the light of day. But the thing that I really hate, and this is I don't know if I'm on my own in this. I really, really hate t-shirts. I hate t-shirts with a passion. I own gaming t-shirts, but I hate them. I think I've always, I consider myself like a semi-fashionable person. And I've always just wanted something a little bit more than shapeless t-shirt with design splashed on it, right? Like I used to own a Mass Effect crop top, and I don't know why I ever got rid of that because that was awesome. That was like such a nice little piece of merch. But I just don't really like the shapeless. Like I don't
Mhm.
really wear t-shirts in my
Mhm.
day-to-day life anyway. So it's kind of a shame that the main way a lot of people show off like games that they like is just something that I hate. I can't
Yep.
stand it.
And it's just like a victim of being mass produced, right? Because of course they're all crew necks, and they're all like
Mhm.
box shaped. Every once in a while, you'll get a V-neck. And when I say V-neck, I mean like this kind of V-neck,
The
not a
gross
like
kind.
not a V-neck that someone who has a chest would be comfortable in potentially. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's so frustrating because there was a period of time where I couldn't find a Minecraft shirt that I wanted, so I literally went to like Target and I like got extra large little boys Minecraft shirts, and they were cute, but like also square shapes.
Yeah, everything is square. I just wish I someone asked me the other day. I was in a Discord call with my friends, and someone just said, if you could run a business for anything, like what would you do? And I said, gamer merch for like fashionable people. Like t-shirts can be fashionable. I have friends that wear gamer t-shirts all the time, and they look awesome. But I want like vest tops. I want crop tops. I want like nicer hoodies. I want long sleeves. I just want things that are a little more than a boxy crew neck. That's
Hmm.
all I want as a semi-fashionable woman.
I I actually like enamel pins when they're done well.
Mm,
Because I have a friend who has spoiled me. She has designed enamel pins for like a couple different like animes, and she does such an amazing job that now like sometimes they're done really well if they have like these cool gold borders and the designs are specifically done to be for enamel
yes.
pins. But other ones like the design, some even official enamel pin stuff, I'm like, did you just like pull up a like logo file or like some other thing and then like shove it into being a pin? I'm like, this was not designed to be a pin. So anyway, those can be like really good or really bad. I do enjoy them. Kind of niche, one of my least favorite things I decided, I think, is like cloth maps. Those come in
Mm,
collector's editions a lot. um and I can't think of off the top of my head the last one I wound up getting in a collector's edition. Like maybe there was one in a Dark Souls collectors. I'm not sure. But anyway, when you get like a paper map, the big like fold out poster things, like there's a chance in this universe that that winds up on my wall somewhere. Not at this point in my life. That's not actually going to happen, but it could
mhm.
have at one point. The cloth maps
I
though,
remember.
they're always like some awful like rayon blend or whatever. Like they're basically a really cheap dish rag. I'm like, I would like to know. It's not like they're some like linen print, cool, distressed, authentic cloth map. At least not the ones I've ever gotten in a special edition. So if you've seen like cool cloth maps for gaming before, I'd be into that.
No.
But I have yet to ever experience one. I think those are generally bad. But
Mhm. No, I agree. I remember seeing a cloth map a while ago. I don't remember what game it was for. I used to work at there's a secondhand gaming chain in the UK called CEX. I think for a very brief period of time, the US also had a few stores. I don't think they do anymore. Um, but people trade in their old games. It's kind of GameStop-y, except they don't sell like any new games. It was
mhm.
just all secondhand. Um, so sometimes people would like bring in their collector's editions, and they would be like, "I don't want the tat, like just take it," kind of deal. So I remember seeing like a lot of tat in my lifetime. Although sometimes they would be like, "Hey, you could just keep the stuff," and if there was nowhere for it to go, it was like, well, we don't want to throw it out, so we would like sometimes redistribute it among the staff. So I have a set of Dishonored tarot cards that I actually really like. I've only played like half of Dishonored, but I have a very nice set of Dishonored tarot cards. But I do remember seeing some like very awful. I think I did see a cloth map or two in my life, and they were not very good.
Are tarot cards like actually a motif or like a system in Dishonored? Or is it, or did they
I have no
just
idea.
go out there and be like, let's slap Dishonored characters on tarot cards?
I have no idea. I think they just like, because I could not get into Dishonored despite my very much wanting to be into Dishonored. It was a game that just seemed very me, and I couldn't get into it. But I don't know, but it was kind of cool. But then I think a Watch Dogs special edition, they gave you a cap, and I had that cap for a very long time,
Yeah.
despite also like only getting halfway through Watch Dogs because I didn't like it that much, and it had the little like Watch Dogs logo
Hmm.
like embroidered into it. That also kind of sucked. It was okay. It was all right actually. It was probably one of the better things
Hmm.
that I had, but it was also, one of those weird things that just had no. Well, I suppose the guy wears a cap, right? Aiden, is that his
Yeah.
name? Aiden wears a cap, right? They
The guy in a cap, classic video game
a guy in a
protagonist.
cap. So let's put a cap in our in our collector's edition.
Iconic.
Well, truly.
Dragon Age Inquisition, like tarot cards are actually like a visual that they have in the game, these tarot style cards. And I'm like
Hmm.
99% sure they did a set of tarot cards as merch. Like BioWare has done like some good, some interesting, some like weird stuff as merch. I feel like they there's like a scar, there's a bed sheet, bed
A bed
sheet,
sheet?
a bed sheet, a bed sheet set that's like a recent addition to the BioWare store for Dragon Age, and I think it has like nugs on it, the little like funky like hairless tiny pig creature things.
Oh my
Anyway, I
god.
just kind of remembered that existed. I have an eye on the BioWare store right now because they keep doing these PVC statues of characters in poses from those tarot cards. They keep making them into statues,
Oh.
and I'm kind of waiting for them to do Dorian. I might
Yeah,
actually
that sounds
spend some money on
awesome.
it if they do one of my faves, Dorian or Cassandra, probably. So anyway.
They have body pillows on the BioWare store as well, don't they?
Hmm.
I know there was a
They do.
Gareth body pillow. That I was like so close because Gareth is my little, he's my husband.
Hmm.
He is my little space daddy. And so I was this close to buying the body pillow, but it was like the import tax. I was like, it's like, do I want to do it? But it's a damn nice body pillow.
I'm not a body pillow person, but I did mortify my youngest sister one year by getting her for Christmas a Cole Cassidy body pillow.
Oh my god,
Like
that is
in front of the whole
amazing.
family. I think it still like lives like in her closet or something. She was so
Just every
mad.
time she opens it, it's just a jump scare.
She's like, nobody needs to know I own this.
I think everyone should know that she owns a Cole Cassidy body pillow, quite frankly. When I went to Gamescom last year, they had a lot of Genshin Impact
Oh,
ones.
for
Like,
sure.
yeah, like a
That is
lot of
not
Genshin Impact
surprising.
ones. I was looking for a Zhongli one specifically. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I've never said his name out loud. I was looking for him specifically because I really like him. They had like a D-Look one from what I remember. But yeah, there was a lot of Genshin body pillows knocking around, like a staggering amount. People love Genshin.
People love merch for Genshin. Man, imagine dropping money on a gotcha game and then you get out of the game and you're still dropping money on
Yeah,
the
I
gotcha
imagine.
boys.
Actually, the
I could
Genshin, sorry,
never.
this is a slight tangent. The Genshin Impact stand, they had like their own merch stand at Gamescom, and they had a real life gacha where it was like you paid 10 euros and you pulled like a piece of paper out, and they had like a list of the
Like
things that
tiers
you
of merch.
could that you could like get from this like gacha. It's 10 euros, and like the stuff in it was not that good
That is an
from what I
expensive
can
capsule
recall.
machine.
Right, and like it even said on the thing, it said like real life gacha. It was wild. It's so stupid.
They
I do
committed.
own a little bit. Yeah, I do own a little bit of Genshin merch though, so I can't really I can't say anything to be honest.
Do you remember what like the first piece of like gaming merch stuff you would have bought yourself was?
See, I don't remember. Like I was very much more of an anime merch person when I was little. I think first of all, it was a lot easier to get a hold of
Yeah.
unless you were buying like Pokemon merch or something. Generally, uh I found anime merch a lot easier to get a hold of. So, I had like anime t-shirts,
Mhm.
those big like scroll posters
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
you can get as well. Like I used to have those of anime, but when it comes to games, I probably had like some Pokemon thing. I do distinctly remember having a Kingdom Hearts statue. I think it was a Kingdom Hearts 2 statue, and it was like Sora in front of the sacred moon. I was trying to find it on Google and I could not find it, but I know for a fact that I owned it. I just cannot physically find evidence of it ever existing. But I remember that was probably one of the first things that I had, like video gamey.
Yeah.
At least I can remember owning and enjoyed owning. I was like, I want this, and I, you know, basically begged my mum for money to buy it.
For me, it was probably something Pokemon too. I mean, as far as like things that you were given, like I had those like tiny little figurines of Pokemon when I was a kid for sure. Like I had
Mm.
quite a few of those. Like I was not a Polly Pockets girl or a Dollhouse girl, but I was a Pokemon figurines in little houses that I could stick them in,
Oh my
that I
god.
could repossess at home. So yeah, I that I bought for myself probably would have been like I'm a big like collector's edition books fan. So I feel like the first thing I would have
Mm.
like really bought for myself as an adult probably would have been like collector's art book or a collector's edition of a strategy guide. Like I'll still get stuff like that. I really enjoy those.
Yeah, I used to love a collector's edition.
Hmm.
I used to love a collector's edition myself. Uh, Obviously, when I was a teenager, I was basically just saving up money that my parents were giving me each week. Like I remember saving up for the Sims 3 collector's edition.
Hmm.
That came with like a little plumb bob USB. It came with something else as well, but I don't remember what else it came with. And the Final Fantasy 13 collector's edition as well. Back when I was an Xbox 360 girly,
Hmm.
I saved up for that, and I saved up for the strategy guide as well. So I got both with all my pocket money that I was getting like week by week. So I did that a little bit. And then I got the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix Collector's Edition as well. That was like one of the first kind of bigger ones, I guess, because that came with like a big Heartless plushie. And it came with like pins, and it came with a little art book in it and everything. That was probably one of the first ones that I dumped more money than I would usually dump on a game. I don't buy a lot of gamer merch though.
I feel like
I
I
like
don't,
it.
but also I'm kind of surrounded by it. So
Yeah, me
like the
too.
evidence is here. You can't see it, but I'm like surrounded by
Yeah, if
stuff.
I just like look above me right now, I just have like four Genshin Impact acrylic stands. I have like a Sims 4 thing. I have a Persona Funko Pop, and I really don't like Funko Pops.
Mhm.
Like I'm of the opinion that Funko Pops are like of the lowest form of gift giving. If someone gives me a Funko Pop for my birthday, I'm like, you do not know me at all. I have beef with Funko Pops. That's an entirely different
Look, if
story.
you like
But yeah, I just
Funko
look
Pops, it's okay. You're just wrong. You're wrong,
up.
but we
I just
forgive you.
Yeah, we forgive you, but also, I don't know. I can't like I will buy Funko Pops for stuff that I really, really like. Like I have a couple of Buffy
Just
the
to have
Vampire
all
Slayer.
of the stuff.
Yeah, just like I have a couple Buffy the Vampire Slayer Funko
Okay.
Pops and then a couple of Persona 5 Funko Pops, but that's it. Like if you're buying me a Funko Pop for some TV show I watched one time, no. I don't mind them, but I think they're a very lazy gift.
What about is it Nendoroids? Nendoroids?
Oh, Nendroids! Yeah, I like Nendroids.
Yeah.
Nendroids are cool. I think they're so expensive.
Mhm.
I do not buy them, but they're pretty rad. I do like a Nendroid actually. I'm a hypocrite. You weebify a Funko Pop and I'll fucking buy it.
Hey, look,
I am
the
an
design
absolute
is the whole
hypocrite.
thing. The designs are cooler. They're better. They're still like, very smooth, but they're,
Mhm.
they're better. They're posable,
I do
right?
prefer I do prefer an Android, yeah, to a Funko Pop personally.
I'm not a big statue person usually, despite what I just said about wanting a Dragon Age Inquisition statue. And also despite the fact that I'm looking at right now on my desk, I have 3 Dark Souls.
Oh my god.
One, one is Elden Ring. Okay, one is the collector's edition Melania from Elden Ring. One
Oh yeah.
is Dark Souls 2 man from that collector's edition, and one is a Solera of Astora that's I spent way too much on. That's like he's big.
Oh my
He's
god.
more than a foot tall. He's huge. That's probably the most I've ever spent on gaming merch is that single giant, very snazzy Solaire Vastora. Um, he was like a congratulations gift to myself. Like the first thing that I ever wrote for PC Gamer, the first two things were about Dark Souls. And like a
Oh.
little ways down the line, its first four figures, I think, is the one that does these like really snazzy things. And I was like, you know what? You know what? I deserve Solaire. I deserve
Yeah, I'm
Solaire
gonna
as a
treat myself.
congratulations to myself for having a career. So he is now on my desk reminding me of where I came from and who I
I
owe
mean,
it
that's
to.
super cute. Yeah. You owe it to him,
I
not
do.
to Dark
Do it for
Man.
him.
Yeah, I like a statue personally.
Hmm.
I think they're quite cool. I like just having them kind of dotted around, and I do like an acrylic stand as well. I think
Hmm.
when they're like designed well, it's a nice in between of like not paying $200 for a cool statue, but also like the design is still nice enough, I guess. Like I like an acrylic statue. There's a lot of really nice Final Fantasy 14 ones that I've been meaning to get for a hot set because they do ones of all the jobs. So I
Hmm.
really want to dance a one. I'll get it at some point, but it's one of those things. Like Final Fantasy has like Square Enix is very good at doing merch, I think.
Yeah.
Um, but a lot of the stuff that I like of theirs is usually quite expensive. I remember around when Final Fantasy 13 was out, they were doing like jewelry. So I don't know if they
Oh.
still sell this. They sold there's like a necklace that Snow and Sarah wear because they're like fiancés and I think it's their like little engagement necklace.
Hmm.
And they sold that on the store. It's like £130 or like £150. It was very expensive. It's like this is cute, but if it breaks or if I lose it, because I'm really bad at breaking jewelry because I'm not the most like elegant. So if I break it, I'm like, that's £150 just gone. I think they do similarly priced jewelry for the 7 remake now as well. But I like Square Enix merch, personally.
Despite having beef with t-shirts and other
Yeah.
clothes, sometimes we do both actually have our merch on today, right?
Yeah, we
I
do.
forgot that you have what you have, and I was not sure. I was like, do I really think it's cool, or do I just think it's cool that they did it when I like went and looked up the pictures of the like official color one? But then seeing it on you, I
Ooh.
was like, okay, no, it's pretty rad.
Yeah, so for because obviously some people will be listening to this on Spotify, they won't be able to see our beautiful faces. Um, so I have the Zaum. Zaum. I don't know how. I feel like I've just said that exactly the same twice.
You did. It's
I
okay
have
though. Commit.
so I have the Disco Elysium Kim's aerostatic jacket. I have the black one.
Mhm.
So they did the orange one, like the main one that he wears, and then they also did the black one. And the black one is the one that I have. And there was something crazy, like €400. It was something like wildly expensive. They were like really small batches. Um, but they are very nice. It is very nice. It has like a very nice lining on the
Mhm.
on the inside. I will show the camera. There is like a very nice lining. There's like a little like continue thing. A little
Oh.
logo. So yeah, it is very nice.
And it's got your
It also
RCM
looks very good.
stripe on the back.
Yeah, it's got like the little like the little you won't be able to see it very well, but I do actually really like this. I don't wear it very often because I'm so terrified of wearing it. I've worn it to I was telling Lauren before we started recording actually, is I still have the label in this jacket because I am so scared to remove the label and I pretty much only wear it occasionally on like my like sub 20-minute walk to the gym when it's a little bit chilly out. But I love this jacket. It's so well made. It is amazing and I love it. And I see you're wearing something Yakuza related.
Did you just know that that's what it is as a guess, or did you recognize it? I have to know.
No, I recognized it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends who are big fans and went I went somewhere recently and someone was wearing this exact. sweater that you're wearing now. So
This one is so comfy, so I do actually wear it like while I'm working, probably once a week. I probably have this t-shirt on. It's the bold and trendy Ono Michio shirt that the sort of recurring mascot in the Yakuza series. There's always like a sub story to do with like Ono Michio showing up. He's got like an orange head and a little fish purse pouch thing and boots and his bold and trendy shirt, and this one just so happens to be quite comfy, so
bold and trendy.
yeah, I enjoy wearing it.
Is that the insert coin one?
Yes, it is. And that's what we're
Yeah, I like.
actually, Sega is like weird about merch. I think that the Yakuza series has some of like the best and the worst merch
Mm-hmm.
I've ever seen, because I enjoy my t-shirt. It's not like, super flashy or anything. It's relatively low key and it's comfy. But they've done some bomber jackets also with insert coin that have like the tattoos of the characters on the back of them, and those are pretty cool. But they also did these like very legit like designer riding jackets too, with I guess super groupies is the name. Um
Oh, I think I was looking at these before we started. Yeah, these are
and they
awesome.
did like shoes, backpacks, like these watches, and I was like, those are stylish. Those were cool. But then they've also done, this one is just like meme level stuff. Look at this. They did these clothing hangers.
Oh, we were talking about these like several months back, weren't we? We were
Yes.
talking about these hangers. I love these. I'm not even gonna
No.
lie. Like I love these so much. These are amazing. I like if I actually got round to playing all of the Yakuza games, I would own these. 100%. I don't even have a wardrobe.
You were
I have to
lying to me.
No, I have to fucking file fold all my clothes, Marie Kondo style, but I would still buy these hangers. 100%. Like these would live in my wardrobe.
For the sake of those who don't have the visual, the Sega did these clothing hangers that have like Kiryu and Majima's faces on them, and there might have even been one more. I think there's probably an Ichiban one. And it's literally their face. So when you put a shirt on it, it looks like them wearing the shirt. It's so, I hate it. I'm like, if I'm remembering correctly, they like showed these off and announced them during a particular like Japanese only live stream where people were thinking they might reveal Yakuza 8, which they then did later. But people thought it was going to be at this particular live stream, and Sega's like, look at these clothes hangers. It was torture.
I mean, I love them. I think they're fantastic. Genuinely, if I had a wardrobe and I was a Yakuza fan, I would be a Yakuza fan if I played the games. I know this for a fact. I'm halfway through Yakuza 0 and I love it. The duck.
The
Is this what
Kiryu
we're
duck
talking
as
about now?
well.
The duck.
It is simultaneously the best and the worst piece of merch. I didn't know about these like numbskull ducks. I'd never seen
Mm-hmm.
these before, but yes, they have a Kiryu one with him holding a bike in the air, and he's a little ducky. Why? I don't
George
know.
shills these so hard in the Slack. He's like, "Have you seen the latest tubs?"
Oh,
I'm
tubs.
like,
Okay, that's what they're called. Yes.
"Yeah, tubs." He's like, have you seen these? Have you never seen him posting in the Slack?" He's like,
He
"New
loves
tubs
the
landed."
ducks? No.
He loves the ducks. George loves the ducks. They do Tekken ones as well. They do Kazuya, maybe Heihachi, I forget, but they definitely do a Kazuya tubs as well. And I always see it when I go into like my local game store.
Mm-hmm.
They usually have a couple of these tubs like sitting on the shelf. And I'll always look at them and I'm like, do I buy a duck with like two black like slicked back little hair pieces? I'm like, or do I just leave it? And I still haven't bought it yet. And I kind of wish I had.
Okay, so the official tier list so far is Funko Pops, Nindoroids, Tubs, right?
Tubs.
Tubs are S tier.
100%. Yeah, I'll buy a Tubs over a fucking Funko Pop any day of the week.
I didn't know we had duck defenders. I had no idea.
Just I think sometimes merch kind of just crosses the line so far like over into extreme tack that I'm like I want to own it because it's so chaotically tacky.
I
There's
must have this
like
garbage.
like the standard level of tack, I'm like, ew,
Mhm.
no. Like that's too tacky. But then when it is too tacky, I'm like, I want it. I want it so bad just to defy God. Like just to defy everything, I want to own this ultra tacky piece
To defy
piece of
God and
merch.
good taste, I must have it.
I am a hypocrite in every sense of the word.
I'm just remembering when we were talking about stuff we actually liked. I have this stuff sitting next to my elbow because I was like, I might actually hold these up. I also like steelbook cases. I'm like,
Do
uh,
you?
I don't want to say a big fan, but like, I don't know. They're kind of right there with the art books with me. Okay, I have I
No.
have Dragon Age Inquisition. I enjoy
Okay,
them. They're
yeah.
just so
They are
I
very satisfying. Yeah, that
it's
click.
it's so satisfying. And the Dark Souls 3 one, this is like embossed. It's like textured.
Ooh.
I like this one. That's
You
quite
can't
nice.
convert me. Don't you dare convert. Okay, the thing with steelbooks, I love them in isolation. And then as soon as I have to put them like
Mhm.
on my shelf, because I'm an alphabetical like organization person,
Ah,
like
okay.
all my games are in alphabetical order, like all my console games, A to Z. And then, say like I have like a few Final Fantasy games, but then one of them's a steelbook.
Oh, okay.
It just looks like so. I think that's my problem is if either everything has to be a steelbook or nothing can be a steelbook.
That's fair. I think I have
Them's the
so
rules.
few physical games in my life at this point that like these are not on my shelf like proper. These are
Mm.
face out items, so it doesn't bother me from
Ooh.
the like
Yeah, I think if you
matching.
display them like that, if
Mhm.
you display them like that, it's good. I think when they're all like, sort of filed in on a shelf, I
Mhm.
hate how like it doesn't look very uniform. That is
Yeah.
my main beef with a steel book. And if you drop it and it gets dented as well, ugh,
Oh no.
no. I'm very fussy.
The other like clothing type thing, this is another thing I've noticed on TikTok lately, and I'm gonna be really honest with you. I don't remember if what I've been seeing are those like sneaky ads where somebody has done a partnership and they're actually advertising something, or if it's
Mm.
somebody just like genuinely enjoying this thing. It's I guess Steady Hands is the brand, and they're these like somewhat low key cardigans that are like styled after different anime characters. And I think it's all just anime at this point. They don't have gaming stuff, but
I
it,
saw a Gengar one, right?
oh, maybe.
Oh, it's Ditto. Sorry, it's Ditto I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a cute little Ditto one. But yeah, I think it is mostly just
The crossover between anime and gaming. Pokemon. It's always
there's a
both.
Blues Clues one?
What?
That's Blues Clues, right? I'm not like being stupid here. That is definitely
No, you're
a Blues
fully right.
Clues.
So
That's amazing.
those aren't actually gaming merch, but if they did gaming merch, if they did some like subtle partnership gaming stuff, I could rock a not in your face cardigan. Like you said, I don't want to wear a freaking crew neck t-shirt. I would like
Mhm.
something that goes with other articles of clothing. Like this is the best I've got right now is a long sleeve t-shirt that's actually comfortable. I would
I
do a
want more
cardigan
of them.
for sure.
Yeah, me too. I would 100% do a cardigan. I like cardigans, jackets, long sleeve, like gamer stuff. I used to have a really nice, again from Insert Coin. Insert Coin experiment a little bit, which I like.
Hmm.
They did it was another bomber jacket. It was like a green Pandora bomber jacket like for Borderlands.
Hmm.
And I really liked that. I wore that for a long time until I decided that apparently the only color I'm allowed to wear is black. And
All
I
black.
ended up like, yeah, it's just all black, and I ended up getting rid of it in the end. But that was a really nice bomber jacket. So I like stuff like that. I like, I like the odd hoodie as well. I can do a hoodie,
Hmm.
but yeah, crew necks are just not my thing. I don't wear t-shirts anyway, so just kind of like, yeah. I will stop complaining about about the crew necks now. A lot of people like and look good in crew necks. It's just my own personal,
I'm just not one of them.
yeah, it's just my own personal beef with how they look on my own body.
Mhm.
I'm just mad about it.
As we were looking around for this, I had forgotten the thing where Xbox made a full size Xbox fridge and
They
gifted it to
did.
Snoop Dogg. I did not remember that this was like a thing that
I forgot
happened
about it.
because everybody, of course, joked about the it was the Xbox One, right? That looked like a fridge, not the
It was
XS.
a Series
Oh,
X.
was it? Is it the current one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody was like, "Ah, it looks like a fridge." So they made a real fridge, and then they didn't stop at gifting Snoop Dogg a fridge. They actually sold these dang mini fridges that look
Mini
like
fridges, yes.
Xboxes. And I feel like that's very live streamer tat. And it's not even tat because they're like 150 quid or something, right?
They're
Yeah,
expensive.
they're
I
not
kind
cheap.
of like it, though.
Gee,
I kind of like it. I think if you're an Xbox fan,
maybe be
I
like,
think,
here's my
if you have, like,
Xbox,
a
get your
Series X.
fridge.
Yeah, I feel like it's kinda cool, like, I like when, brands try something different, right? Like, it was my friend's birthday, like, just last week, and I said, "What did you get for your birthday?" And his girlfriend had bought him this, like, amazing, Master Chief decanter set. Like,
Ooh.
it is so, so nice. Like, I was not when he said, like, a Master Chief decanter set, I was like, that sounds kinda cool."
Oh,
How cool is that?
that is pretty cool. I'm gonna have to tell
Like
my partner he's not allowed to watch this episode of the show. He's a Halo and a bourbon man. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Lauren, you know what you have to do. You have to buy him this
Oh,
set. I love this set. I'm not even a Halo fan, and I love this. Like, he sent me a picture of it
mhm,
after he got it, and he, like, filled it up with whiskey, and I was like,
mhm.
"This looks so good. This is actually one of the coolest bits of merch I've ever
What
seen." I
a
love stuff like
ridiculous
this.
thing to own, but it's so cool. Like
Right? I like it. It's, like, subtle enough where if it's in someone's house and you're just walking past it,
mhm.
you won't really know what it
Like,
is.
"Oh, how
But if you're like a
classy," but then you look closer,
Yeah.
and it's John Haloman.
His big fat head filled with bourbon,
It's
living
much
his best
classier
life.
than, what was it? Halo 3 came with an actual, like, almost wearable Halo helmet, like the collector's edition
Oh,
back
really?
when. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Also, I like that on the store page for this Master Chief helmet decanter set with 4 glasses that it lists the color as clear, but then the color that it shows on screen is like
Brown.
brown is like the color of whiskey.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is what it actually looks like. It's clear, but you'll see the whiskey inside. So it's
It looks
brown.
awesome, though. I love this.
That's
Like, I'm not
hilarious.
a Halo fan. I even said when he showed me this, I was like, "Damn." It's like, do I have to become a Halo fan?" And he was like, "No, don't." He was like, "This is the only good thing I've had from being a fan of this game in, like in, like, 5 years." I was like, "Oh, yeah." And then just the internet,
I'm
the
afraid to click
universe
on this
internet.
because I think I know what it is.
I got jump scared this morning. The universe must have known that we were filming this podcast episode. Because I was greeted with I don't know if this is like a Redbubble
This is
type
real
thing.
licensed merch. This is not something.
I don't know if this was Redbubble. I
Oh,
don't know if
okay.
someone had just slapped this design
Having a
on
laugh.
a skirt for Redbubble, or if this was like on Amazon or something, like trying to capitalize on the TikTok thirst traps that were happening.
So many.
This is like it's like a pencil skirt, right? It's like or like a mini skirt. I can't quite tell. It's a tight fitting skirt with Ghost's face from Call of Duty, sort of like slightly
Stretched
stretched
awkwardly across your hips.
across his eyes are like just staring. Like I made eye contact with this skirt and like for a second I feared for my life. Like I was kind of into the ghost thirst traps that were happening on
It was
TikTok.
an
Like
amusing time. I liked being there.
yeah, I was like kind of into it. But like this has just completely reduced any sort of attraction I had that TikTok caused me to have for this man.
Just
This
the placement is awful. His eyeballs are like in your hip bones. And
Yeah,
his
his
like
eyeballs are like
skull nose is between your legs. What an awful skirt.
it looks so
That's
bad. Like I saw this and I was like, I can't wait for Lauren to see this. That was my first thought. Was
that
I just can't wait for Lauren to
that
see
can't
this
be
skirt.
real. This some just like joke somebody did for sure. What is faux?
Oh, someone says that they found a blanket. The OP says that they found a blanket of him too. I really want to know where this is from. I want to know where this ghost pencil mini skirt is from. I guarantee if I go on like Amazon, it's either an Amazon or it's a Redbubble deal. I would guess.
Either way,
Like,
my day is ruined.
if I just put like ghost skirt, okay, no, that is not helping. I'm just getting a lot of Halloween stuff.
Okay, cute little ghost skirt.
Yeah, just like a good little ghost skirt. Right. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, it's on Pinterest. Oh, I'm not having a good time trying to find the skirt. I
Classic.
kind of want to buy it. Just again, like I said, when something just veers into being like disgustingly tacky, I'm like, give it to me.
That's what
Oh, it
George
is a
did.
Redbubble deal.
It's Redbubble. Okay.
Yeah, it's called Silly Ghost Cod mini skirt.
It is silly ghost cod for sure.
It is Silly Ghost Cod for sure. Yeah, I would. I feel like I would buy the skirt. I won't wear it out, but I would buy it just to instigate.
Just
Just to be an agent of chaos, you know?
that's what George did with that keyboard. George is like, I guess, the Sega Defender, the Sega Tat Defender. He bought that
Mhm,
that weird Sonic keyboard. And I generally don't consider like
oh, yeah.
peripherals to be merch, really. They're more of like,
Mhm.
they're PC peripherals and they maybe happen to be licensed for stuff. Anyway, he bought this weird Sonic keyboard. Uh there's I'll have to find it on the site for a picture of the dang thing. But
It was
also
bad.
are is food merch. I also don't really consider food merch, like consumable
Like that
stuff.
blue Sonic curry.
Like the Sonic curry.
Is that what you were
Exactly.
thinking of?
Yes. There's the Sonic has the worst merch. I'm sure there's good Sonic merch, but I've only seen the weird meme stuff.
Yeah, Sonic does have real bad merch from Sonic just does not have a good time, does he? Like Sonic fans, please don't come for me, but like the merch is not good. The merch is not there. Like I don't know. Is food I think if it's like, you're plastering Call of Duty on like a bottle of Mountain Dew, I no.
No.
But I think like maybe if you're making specific
Like Sonic
like
curry counts because it's
like Sonic
so
curry. I'm trying to
specialized.
think of another example that isn't just like blue Sonic curry. But yeah, I don't know. And do you know what? I kind of think peripherals are merch. I
Yeah.
think actually I don't know. I don't know because it's like I'm thinking more in line of I guess console peripherals like
Yeah.
Nintendo is very good at making like Joy Cons and
Yeah.
like that Animal Crossing Switch. I'd only had my Switch for like a little over a year
Mhm.
when the Animal Crossing Switch came out. I think I got my Switch at the end of 2018 was when I got my Nintendo Switch. And the Animal Crossing Switch came out in March 2020, right? I was so tempted to dispose of like a piece of hardware that I'd had just over a year for the sake of an identical piece of hardware with some pretty stickers on it, right? And I feel like does that make it merch or does that just make me an idiot?
I mean, look, maybe it's both.
Maybe it is. I don't know. Like
Um,
actually now the words have come out of my mouth, I'm torn.
didn't Bethesda do Nuka-Colas? Didn't they sell actual drinkable
Weird.
Nuka-Colas? Like, is that merch?
See, I think that's merch.
That and the Sonic Curry. Those are consumable merch. Those are the real
Yeah.
deal.
I think consumable merch can be like a thing, right? I don't know. What is the actual definition of merchandise? Are we gonna search right
Well,
now?
let's go back to business class 201. What is merchandising? It's a subset.
Goods to be bought and sold.
Well, there you go. All goods.
So yeah, I would
Any
say
physical
Sonic
goods?
Curry. Sonic Curry is a I wouldn't say it is good, but it is a type of good that is sold and bought. So yeah, food is merch.
Food is merch.
Food is
Rarely is it
merch. Are
good
we gonna ask
merch, but
this?
it is merch.
Are we gonna ask this every episode? Like in crafting, we're like, is food crafting?
We did ask that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Why does it always come?
Why does it come back to
There's like
food?
there's two just like ever present topics, and that is Final Fantasy 14 and food. It's just both. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I say it is. Why not? Food can be anything it wants to be.
Fair, fair. I'm on board with it. Okay, so we've officially ranked statues. That is
Hmm.
that is done.
Yeah, Funko Pops suck. Tubs are supreme.
I I'm shocked that that's where we've come out the other end of this. I didn't know that the ducks were gonna be premier.
I've never owned a Tubs. And I do own Funko Pops, which is why I can very, very much categorically say that Tubs are the superior merge.
Fair. Okay, tubs are superior. Give us
Yes.
real t-shirts that are V-necks, please.
Just
Please.
just just a little bit of something. Just a little bit more, please. My body type cannot handle another crew neck. So crop tops, like vests, hoodies, even joggers, right? There's a
I have my
there's a Final
doubts that
Fantasy
any of them would be
14.
good quality
I
joggers.
don't know. There's a Puma collection coming out.
Oh, okay.
In just a few days after we filmed this podcast, actually. I think 2 days from 2 or 3 days from when we filmed this podcast, it's they're releasing a Puma Final Fantasy collection. And like the stuff looks okay. Like it's not my favorite, but I'm almost tempted to buy it just by virtue of it being something different.
That sounds
Um
more promising than like the weird cheap material with like a print stretched across it that I'm envisioning for
yeah.
gaming merch joggers. So
God, no. But this actually looks good. Like they've got joggers, they've got like bucket hats, they've got caps, they've got backpacks. They've got a lot of stuff, and I am only slightly tempted by some of it.
so much Final Fantasy tat.
So much Final Fantasy tat. Just give it all to me. I don't have enough. For a Final Fantasy fan, I do not have nearly enough Final Fantasy tat. I have like a Final Fantasy 8 statue and then a Moogle plushie that one of our guides writers, Sarah, bought me for Christmas. And it is adorable and I love him. But that's about it.
I think I do have enough Dragon Age tat at this point. Like I have like all of the special I have all the
No.
Dark Horse books, special edition stuff. You can't see it cuz my background's blurred, but way back here holding up my special edition Dragon Age novels are my busts of Dorian and Cassandra back when they were selling those. Those are things I own. I have enough Dragon Age merch. I have
Are you a Dragon Age fan,
Am
Lauren?
I a Dragon Age fan? Have I
You're a
ever
Dragon
talked
Age
about
fan.
that game before? Never. It
Yeah, I
couldn't
don't
be
think you
me.
have. I think you've been pretty hush hush about it.
I keep it pretty quiet around here. Beautiful. Okay, we've admitted to all of our sins. That's the most we can do here. And if you've committed sins
Yeah,
too, it's okay. We're probably worse. Even if you like
I.
the bad statues, it's
It's okay
okay.
because I like tubs. I have offered up some horrific opinions on merch today. I think it's kind of nice though. I think there's a lot of choice. People can express, their love for different games in a lot of different ways, and whether that be like a poster or a statue or a t-shirt or pins. Even though, like I said, I would immediately lose them. Any pin that has ever been put on my bag has gone. It has been lost to a pavement or a drain somewhere in the country. But I think it's really nice. I think that it's good. Oh my god, there is one actually that we have not talked about that I'm really shocked that we haven't talked about, and I've only been reminded because it's right next to me now. Makeup.
Oh.
Um, it seems to be a trend I've noticed. There's a lot of makeup video game collaborations that have been happening lately. We
Oh.
had not a PC game, we had the Animal Crossing Colourpop collaboration a couple years ago. I've only been reminded because I have one of the palettes right here on my desk at the minute. This is the What a Hoot palette. I bought a lot of like these makeup things when they came out. Yeah, I totally forgot they've been doing like a Persona. They did like a Persona 5 one recently. Um I think this is really cool. This is one of the ways I'm really enjoying seeing merch come out is through these little makeup. Like it might be like, some might view it as a bit of a cheap way to push merch, but I like it. I think it's fun. I was tempted to get the Persona ones as well, but I just have the Animal Crossing ones
I
for
feel
the
like the
moment. I
Persona
like
ones
it.
have to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it though. I think it's a nice way to especially because I love makeup as well. Like makeup's a big one for me. So being able to be like I've got like my little Animal Crossing blush on right
Mm-hmm.
now, my little Animal Crossing like eyeshadow, and I don't know, I love it. I think it's really good.
Nice.
But yeah, that is it. That is all the merch that I can officially think of.
That's all of it. We did it. That's the merch.
We did it. That is the merch, and yeah, it'd be cool to see what other people think of merch as well, like what merch they like, um, and to berate me for my terrible opinions on merch. The crew neck defenders will be around. I know that for a fact.
They don't exist. I do not believe in them. There are no crew neck defenders. Only crew neck acceptors. Only crew neck settlers. Even. We all know we deserve better than crew necks.
We do deserve better than crew necks. Give us more.
Thanks for coming along this week to talk to me and Molly about gaming merch, the good, bad, and the
Yes.
ugly of it. We will see you next time.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.